going on, everybody? It's June 1st and going for a little hike. Last hike I took, I saw some really cool places and I wanted to check them out for primitive bush camp I'd like to put together, just using natural materials. So I'm huffing and puffing. I just started the trail. A lot lighter pack this time, so we'll go for a hike and we'll see what we can find up there. There's a couple spots that I'm really interested in taking a look at. They got some really good resources, so stay with me. Thanks for joining me. All right, so I thought I'd just stop and show you, on my way up. As I see resources, I grab them. So here's my tinder fire starter, some aspen bark. And there's some resins on this one too. So there's my starter, and here's my extender. Cut some fat wood. Not the greatest pieces in the world, but there's some good usable stuff in there. It'll get the job done. So on my way up the trail, I grab resources as I go, and I'm still really trying to love this saw. Like I said, the blades are great, but the handle is cheesy. So all right, we're gonna keep heading up to a spot I really want to check out for another base camp, bush camp. So never a dull moment. Still making my way up to that spot that I'd like to kind of recon for primitive bush camp spot. It's beautiful out. Just past some mountain bikers heading back the other way. They asked where the trailhead is, and as they were asking it, I hear thunder. The way the clouds are going, I don't think that's going to hit me, but it seems that up here in the footlands of the highlands, where I spend most of my time, the weather does whatever it wants, whenever it wants. So it's pretty warm right now. I'm in a t-shirt and I got some really light 511 ripstop pants on. My first time out with no kind of lining on my legs, no long johns or whatever you want to call them. But we'll keep an eye on that thunderstorm. The thunder sounds cool. I am prepared clothes wise if it starts raining, but we're just gonna keep pushing and we'll see what the weather does. So this is the first spot I really was interested in looking around the backside of. This side's too close to the trail, but This is a source of a spring where you see these living aspens, the white trees. This whole thing is like a little marsh, and down that end it starts trickling down the mountain. I'm probably around 7,500 feet in elevation, and if I go any higher, the aspen aren't going to be there. There are some really nice high meadows farther up the trail, and to be honest with you, off the top of my head, I can't remember if there was aspen or not. And if you're wondering why I want to be near the aspen, it really just boils down to having something other to burn than pine. And there's the thunder. I think it's gonna miss me. I'm trying to look at which way the clouds are going. Either way. But this is a source of a spring here. This little marsh type deal here. So this is what I'm looking for. Something like this. I may go look on the other side of it over there. But I went and looked up that way. There's a neat little cave, which would be a great start. But there's not a lot of flat spots. Nothing popped out to me like, yeah, that's the spot. So we'll check on the back side of there. And if not, we'll head farther up. Looks like the thunderstorm kind of petered out, but it is raining a little bit. And temperatures aren't bad, so I wouldn't be worried about any kind of chill or anything, or, you know, a hypothermic situation. But I'm just wearing a t-shirt, and I don't really want it to be wet. It is cotton, so it takes a while to dry. Stays cool. So I'm just throwing on the coat for now, and we'll just wait it out. It shouldn't last long. It's pretty clear, and it shouldn't be much. Coat works great. Let's see if we can. So we'll wait out the rain. Like I said, my leg's bugging me a little bit, so let me get my finger out of the camera. Like I said, my leg's bugging me a little bit, so I'm not quite sure how much farther I'm going to go. I'd like to get to that second high meadow that I saw on that last hike. If I had to guess, I would say it's another at least half mile, which really isn't bad. But we're going to take it easy. We're not going to push ourselves too hard today. So we'll wait out this rain a little bit. I don't want to hike with the jacket on because I don't really want to sweat in the jacket. I know if I put my bag on and get to going, I'm going to be all sweaty in this coat. I'm not really looking forward to that. So I'm just going to kind of hang out and enjoy the view. All right. Sorry for the wind. And with the moisture, and we do have some fire, or some smoke rather, from some fires in Canada coming down into Montana. So the air quality's starting to come apart a little bit. But here's a better view. There's red in the middle, and then there's Table Mountain. And it's a really good view of what I call my woods. Way down there is how I get to here in the car. There's a mountain pass through the mountains, so that's the elevation gain of today. All right, so the goal right now is to make it to the next water source, and then from there probably eat lunch and turn back around. My leg's not improving, but it's not deteriorating, but it doesn't feel great. So we're gonna keep hiking up through here, and we'll see if I'm right about where that next water source is, which would be that High Meadow Valley that I'd like to check out. So let's keep going. All right, made it to that meadow. It's actually a junction in trails here. And if we kept on this trail, I don't think I'm going to go the whole way. Meets up with the Continental Divide Trail. Continental Divide Trail goes from Mexico to Canada. But this meadow here actually opens up and expands quite a bit over that way. So what I wanted to do is rim that whole meadow all the way up and around and find a really cool spot in here. I am seeing some aspen. I don't know what's going to happen up farther. We're getting to the point where elevation wise it ain't going to happen. But there's a great water source coming through this entire meadow. And there's also a lot of old beaver dams. This meadow at one point was dammed up by beaver. I don't even think they exist up here anymore. So we're going to get some water and take a break. All right, so what I have here is my Sawyer Mini filter. And I keep it in this mesh bag. I figured I don't want it in a sealed bag because there's moisture. And what I'll do is I'll get it out of the bag and I'll show you how it works. And I'll show you what I like to do with it. All right, so this is the Sawyer Mini water filter. And what I like about this water filter is that the threading on here that attaches to the bag that it came with, it's just a fill bag, I've been using it, is the same threading as your average water bottle, soda bottle. So for some reason this got destroyed. I know how easy it is to find a random plastic bottle out in the middle of absolutely nowhere anytime. So what I'm going to do actually, instead of using the bag, is I'm going to attach this to the water bottle that I was drinking on the way up, and I'll be able to keep my water in there and filter it from the top. So let me go ahead and do that and we'll fill it up. So we got the Sawyer. The water's a little tea stained. It's coming through all that grass and decomp, all natural decomp. But the filter will take care of anything that I could come up with, that would cause me any harm. I like it because it's packed this little deal here. It's very small. And even with the bag that it comes with, that rolls right up. I keep the cap for the bag in there, and I put it all in this little cinch bag. It weighs absolutely nothing. I mean, once you put water in it, you got some weight, but the whole system itself weighs absolutely nothing. And I know that this is one of the preferred water filters for like big through hikers, for like the Appalachian, the Continental Divide, and the Pacific Crest, is the Sawyer, just because it's so lightweight. It's so easy. The flow's not bad. You can throw it on any plastic bottle you can find. So if you've gotten yourself a bottle of water for the walk up, you know what I mean, like I did, you can drink it on the way when you run out, as long as you know you have water source. You got yourself some really good drinking water. So you don't have to stop and boil to sanitize, no iodine drops or any of that kind of stuff. So not bad. The only other water filter I've owned was a Katadyn Hiker Pro, and it was a pump deal. You throw one hose in your water source and you pump it. That thing was great. It got water to you really fast. But it was a little bulky. It came in a pouch, 3 times the size of this, maybe 4 times the size of this. And great filter. It would do more liters. I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head how many liters this does. But plenty for what you got to do, and they're inexpensive. So by the time you get to the point where you think this thing isn't gonna do it for you anymore, you've gotten your money's worth 10 times over. They're very inexpensive. I believe I paid $25 for this, and I could be wrong. It could be closer to 20. Very inexpensive. You can backwash the filter. So, if you want to, if your flow is getting obstructed because of larger particles, if you had some really dirty water. But what I would suggest is if that you had to really get into some dirty water, you know, that had silt and just whatever, a lot of floaties in it, is to use a cotton bandana. Filter your water out into another container first, or even if you had to, put the one layer of the cotton bandana over the hole in your bottle or your bag, and get the water through that. Just give it like a quick heavies filter with your cotton bandana or whatever you come up with, your shirt sleeve if you had to, and then you won't get the heavies in your filter so fast and clog her up. So we're gonna stay here, we're gonna enjoy some water. This meadow is as far as I'm gonna go, and we'll just kind of poke around up here for a little while. It's beautiful out, so it was a great hike. I've probably got 3 miles in, but it was all, this is the first downhill was just right down into the thing, so it was, you know, 3 miles uphill, a couple thousand feet in gain, so pretty good, pretty good. All right, coming back down the backside of that, where all the aspen were. There's some neat spots, but nothing really caught my eye like my other spot. You know, when I saw that spot, I was like, this is definitely a spot that I want to be in, which I need to go up there and check that place out. It's got to been what, 3 weeks since I've been over there. But anyway, I'm going to head back the way I came. I'm going to stop at the same spot and fill the water bottle up. It's all downhill from here. And I just really want to thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. It all means a really lot to me. So thank you for coming on this hike with me today. If there's anything else really cool on my way down, I will definitely get some video of it. But for now, we're gonna head down. The leg's hurting. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. But we're gonna head back down the way we came, grab some water, and head back down. If that view is clear of the mountains there, I'll grab a little bit of footage of that, and I'll throw it in right at the end of this. So thanks for watching. God bless. Stay tuned. Next video up will be the episode 2 of the 10 C's of Survival, cordage, and cover. So stay tuned for that. That'll be the next video up. Hopefully I'll be able to film that tomorrow. That's the plan. So thanks. God bless. Have a great day.